Boker Tov, good morning. Today is December 1st. Erev Shabbat, Parshat Vayishlach. It's one of the stories that is often not taught to young children, and appropriately so in the Torah. It's a very, very difficult one to read and to try to put ourselves into. The story of Shechem raping Dinah, daughter of Yaakov and Leah, and the ensuing response on the part of the children of Yaakov. What happens in the story is you can look at it yourself. But the children of Yaakov, after Shechem rapes her and takes her, he then wants to marry her. He says he's in love with her. And the family and the leaders of the community come to ask Yaakov if they can arrange marriages between them, and everything should be wonderful. And the response is basically, we can't do such a thing unless you're all circumcised. And then we're told that Shimon and Levi lead a very, very hard response in which many people are killed in response. And at the end of that story, Yaakov says to his sons Shimon and Levi, "Achartem oti lahavisheni b'yoshev haaretz b'kanani v'aprizi, v'ani mesei mispar v'nesvu alaikum b'kuni v'yishmanati ani v'esi." You've made me odious amongst the locals. They will detest me. And I'm a small number, and they're going to come and destroy me and my family. It's complicated, his response, but he says that in effect, you've made me a person who has no place in the world in the civilization because of your harsh response. And they respond to him, Vayimru, and they say, Hachazonah ya'aset achotenu, shall he make our sister a harlot? And it's one of those unusual scenarios in which there's a conversation back and forth, and it just ends. It doesn't continue. Then we go on to the next. The next discussion is a new picture, and you try to figure out what happened here. Why does it just end? And it would seem to me that it just ends because these are impossible decisions. And whether or not Shimon and Levi, and it seems that in the end, Yaakov does believe that their actions went farther than was to be allowed. Their intention was understandable, right? Their intention was understandable. In fact, it was critical that they say that we have to respond. We have to respond to the fact that there was no justice that was carried out against the perpetrators here. The rest of the community lets them get away with this, and then tries to put a little bow around it in some way. And if there's no justice, they won't carry out the justice. We'll carry out the justice. And Yaakov, I don't know. It's unclear. Does Yaakov disagree with that, but is just worried about the consequences? Or does he really disagree with it completely? Or does he disagree with it in part? And there are other ways to respond. That's all there. It's all there. And we read this story in our present day, and it takes on extra power, where horrors upon horrors were carried out and perpetrated by Hamas back on October 7th, with the murders and all that. I don't know how to describe it. We all know, and the hostages and the like. And Israel is put in a position where it's going to have to try to respond. Now, respond in ways which are which punish those who are responsible, and try to avoid as much as they can to not punish those who aren't responsible. It's about justice, and it's about deterrence, because part of what Shimon and Levi were saying, Ya'aset achotenu, is shall someone make our sister into the harlot? It means that this would continue forward if there wasn't a response. Again, whatever in their times, this was the right response. Well, you study the Chumash and figure that out. But here, Israel is desperately aware that unless there is the response that brings about a deterrence, such things will happen again as they are threatened. All brings to life a biblical story that hard of its own, and in the present moment, which is so difficult as well. We offer the prayer that the state of Israel and the army of Israel and the Tzahal be able to do what it needs to do in the ways that will again protect innocent life, but to punish those who would carry out such things, and to help deter others from doing so again, so that we can all live in peace in Israel. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom.